What's going on, everyone? Dave here at the store on a Tuesday evening, exactly 1 week after we got that massive collection. I'm here to put all of this in the store, and I have no idea where it's gonna go. Guys, this is it. This is the other half of the collection that we picked up last Tuesday. Joe actually put in the other half last weekend, all the disc-based stuff, all the GameCube, Wii, PS2, PS3, Xbox, all that stuff. And today I'm putting in all the retro carts, boxed items, a lot of portable stuff, just a whole mix mash of stuff. We got here some really good Nintendo going into the store, and I will put this all up on the counter for you and show you in a little more detail. Just want to do a quick little overview here. Check it out, Neo Geo Pocket in the box. And you know what, guys? I should mention that this collection, this was a collector's collection. This guy had really good taste, a lot of really nice sealed games. Anyone? All of these new, sealed. Obviously got a lot of Super Nintendo. I think in terms of carts for the entire collection, we got Super Nintendo was what we got the most of. Like, we got games like Home Improvement. Like, we never get this game. Unreal. Another copy of Breath of Fire 2. We got one in 3 weeks ago, and it sold, and we got another one. Another copy of Lufia as well. So I'll be showing you guys all of that. Oh boy. I got some Genesis in here. We got ourselves the Odyssey 2. Super Scope. Actually sold one of those last week. Pretty cool. Bunch more games over there, including some Atari Lynx items. And the bongos. A couple items actually sold, but I'm still going to show them in the picture. Guys, this is the collection that we got in, and I'm going to put it all up here right now. There it is, guys. All of the retro Nintendo and Sega and whatever else I could fit up here on the shelves. I'm going to go through this in good detail in just a moment, but just wanted to show you that there's still a lot more that I have to put up. This is pretty much mainly the portable consoles that I'll be doing next. Let's go through this, guys. We're going to go left to right. I'm really excited to show this to you. So what I did was put everything by price. It's not in alphabetical order. It was just a lot easier for me when I priced everything out to do it like this. So got your Mario, Robo Warrior, Karnoff, Kung Fu, Magmax, Dick Tracy. Nothing too crazy here. A really beat up copy of a Steinax. That'll probably be going to the outdoor sale. Championship Bowling. Oh yeah. And here's win, lose, or draw. And then going up here, we're going to go Money Bomb Jack, American Gladiator. That, I know every time I look at that game now, I think of the show. Cabal. Mad is actually the Spy versus Spy game. Got the Simpsons Bart versus Mutant, Ninja Gaiden 2, Funhouse, Double Dragon. We actually haven't had a copy of Double Dragon in ages. Ghostbusters, Metal Gear, Snake's Revenge, Peter Pan. This game has actually gone up in value. It really surprised me, gotta be honest with you. Mario 3, Back to the Future, RoboCop, Rescue Rangers, Final Fantasy, Kid Icarus, Battletoads, River City Ransom, and the obscure, somewhat beat up cart, Monster in My Pocket. This is a really, really fun game for the NES. Super glad we got it. I think this might be the second time we've had this cart ever. This is a rare cart. Not crazy expensive, but it is rare. Next, we have some CIB games here. There aren't a lot of noteworthy games, unfortunately, like Yoshi's Safari right there. Star Tropics, I priced this one way down. It's missing manual, and it's got a little rip on the top there. Zoda's Revenge, Time Lord, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Actually, a really nice box, unfortunately missing the manual. Dr. Mario, Battle for Olympus, Afterburner, again, no manual there. Pimbot, Fisher Price, I Can Remember. Big heavy hitters there. And we got ourselves some Super Black Bass, Super Battle Tank, Street Combat, I believe, is that game. Super Caesar's Palace, Super Tennis, Madden 94, Troy Aikman, Football, Star Fox, there's a good one. NHL 95, Hit the Ice. Oh man, what a disappointing port that was. ESPN Baseball Tonight, and the best of the Super Nintendo CIB is Beauty and the Beast. So those are all the CIB games. Like I said, nothing crazy noteworthy there, but some good titles. And for people looking to get more CIB stuff in their collection, I guess there is a good amount to choose from. Going to the Super Nintendo, I'll start at the bottom here. So again, this is a lot of like common stuff that we get in a lot. Jungle Book, Family Dog. That game is weird. Sorry, I shouldn't say weird. I've actually never played it, but it's called Family Dog and just interesting. I put it beside Beethoven. Why not? Ken Griffey Jr., Frantic Flea. Has anyone played Frantic Flea? Let me know. I'd be curious about that one. Pilot Wings, Lion King, Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Mortal Kombat. Here we got WrestleMania, we got Raw. That's the arcade game at the bottom there. Final Fight. Love Final Fight. F-Zero. C2 Judgment Clay. This is a pretty neat game. It's sort of a spoof on the Terminator 2 or the Terminator franchise. Uniracers. That's a childhood favorite of mine. If you want some really rockin' music on the Super Nintendo, look up the Uniracers soundtrack. It is awesome. Warrior Woods. The other two Star Wars games, Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. Mario's Missing, Mario's Time Machine, Gradius 3, Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 2, Royal Rumble, Disney's Aladdin. This game here is Super Adventure Island, Killer Instinct, Beavis and Butthead, Pinocchio and Street Fighter Turbo. So we got Joe and Max, Simpsons Bart's Nightmare, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Cool World, Alien 3, Batman Returns. This is such a good beat 'em up on the system. Just too bad it wasn't two-player. That's the only downfall of that game. Disney's Goof Troop, another awesome game. I mean, every time we get this in, it sells pretty much right away. This is basically like your Zelda-style dungeon game, but really fun, great co-op, and good to play with younger kids if you have younger kids out there. Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse, another fantastic game. Tetris Dr. Mario. Where in the World of Carmen Sandiego? This is an obscure cart. We haven't had this one, I dare say, ever. Both of the Earthworm Gyms, Illusion of Gaia, Phalanx, best cover art right there, obviously. Seven Saga, Zombie Eat My Neighbors, Battletoads Double Dragon, Super Smash Bros., Mega Man X, Cybernator, and Super Double Dragon. We need a copy of that game, so awesome to get that one in. Finally, for the Super Nintendo, we got Super Bomberman 2. This is Busyland. The beginning of the name escapes me right now, but it's Busyland. ActRaiser, Battletoads in Battle Maniacs, Breath of Fire, Super Bomberman, ActRaiser 2, Inspector Gadget. Now there's an obscure one on the system. Doom in really minty condition. This card here, every time we get it, sells right away. Super rare. Contra 3, Brainlord, Castlevania 4, Final Fantasy 2, Secret of Evermore, Wolfenstein 3D. Oh man, I remember playing that game on my grandmother's old computer, and I don't think my mom or my grandmother knew I was playing that game. I must have been like 12 or something, and oh, that game was so much fun. Oh, brings me way back. Turrican, Shadowrun, Boogerman, a pick and flick adventure. I don't think we've ever had this game in our store, so this is really fun, or really exciting, I should say, to get that one in. Lufia and the Fortress of Doom, our second copy in as many weeks. Mega Man Soccer, awesome to get this one because the one that we have in our case is a little destroyed. This one's in really nice shape. Home Improvement, another rare card, Super Adventure 2, and Breath of Fire 2. So lots of really good Super Nintendo going in. Like I said earlier, this was pretty much the bulk of the collection, and we were very happy to grab it. Always looking for those great carts. So I'm going to go and do the N64 next. So sort of put the cheaper stuff down here. So nothing crazy here. Dark Rage Wars, always need that. Ken Griffey games, popular. Soccer games are popular. N64 carts, I'm telling you, people want them, and they're selling really well. Jet Force Gemini, I gave that game a chance. I didn't really like it. If you like that game, let me know. Star Wars, this is one of my favorite games on the system. Boom, look at the artwork on that. Like, damn, that's good. Our Marines, Asteroids. Don't have this one too often, so good to get that one in as well. Pilot Wings, Excite Bike, Xena Warrior Princess. Oh yeah. Royal Rumble Boxing, Glover. We've had a lot of people asking about this game, and I'm fairly certain it'll sell this Sunday. Quest 64, Blast Corps, NFL Blitz, Yoshi's Story, DK64, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Shadowgate 64, Kirby 64, Cruising Exotica. So these two games here, Kirby and Cruising Exotica, don't get those in too often either. Vigilante 8, Castlevania,
F-Zero X, Bomberman, Star Fox 64, Diddy Kong Racing, Resident Evil 2, Silicon Valley. Sorry, I should say Space Station, Silicon Valley. Have you guys watched Silicon Valley, the HBO series? Dear God, that might be the funniest series I've ever watched. If you don't know about it, look it up. Silicon Valley, HBO, amazing. And Mario Tennis. We got Mystical Ninja. We've actually got 3 copies of this game, and I'm not thinking it's crazy rare at this point, but we'll see. These 3 games, I threw them in here, but they're actually all sold right now. A couple of N64 collectors looking for those complete in box games. Super Game Boy, and this is a Super Famicom game, and I included it here because let's be honest here, the artwork here is fantastic. Like someone took the time to draw that. So that is really, really good. So just slap 20 bucks on that. And then at the end here, sort of some miscellaneous items that I had. So this is a sealed Captain Toad treasure tracker, the Wii U bundle here. Got a Dreamcast 4X memory card in the box. Got this. This is a light gun for the Saturn and PlayStation, or it's a gun con, I guess we should say. So really never seen this one before, so pretty interesting. It's got that orange tab at the end there because you got to have that. And finally, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, Fire Emblem Warriors, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Cadence of Hyrule. Too long to say there, but it's a Zelda game. PS5 game, Watchdog, and these are all sealed, by the way. Oh, you can see at the end there it says new. Resident Evil 2, Metal Gear 5, and the Rare Replay. So, look, this is my job for the next little while. I have to find room for all this, and I have no idea. Wish me luck. Okay, guys, so I was just looking at the collection, and I seriously have no idea where I'm going to put all this stuff. Like, the Super Nintendo cabinet is packed, the shelves are packed, it's packed all around the store, and like this is the problem we have here, and this is why I titled the video that we have a problem. And it's a good problem, I know, but sometimes good problems can become bad problems because our store, as you all know, is not that big, and we are using every single inch that we have in our store right now, and I don't know where to put everything. So I'm at a bit of a loss. One idea I did have was to take out some cheaper items that I know have been here for a while, and then once these new items come in, I can sort of fill them back up. So like for the Super Nintendo, for example, what I'm going to do is probably like take a bunch of those games, some of the sports titles, I'll take those home, maybe sell them at our next outdoor sale, but I'll take them out, put the new stuff in, and then once that new stuff sells, I'll put more stuff in to keep it full. That makes the most sense to me. But I don't know where I'm going to put stuff. Like, you look in our display case here, like the Super Nintendo case is pretty much all packed. And N64 just did that recently, still looking really good. Really happy with that. There's only a couple of carts that have to go in the NES there, so I'm not too worried about that. But guys, this is our problem. We need a bigger space. We can't expand. There are vendors on both sides of us. I don't know. What are we going to do? I have no idea. All right, guys. So I've been at it for about half an hour now, and I wanted to show you the progress. So we've got all the NES games here, all the boxed ones, and then I put out all the carts that we didn't have here already. So NES section, fortunately, I was able to fit everything. And I even have a little gap up there for something I'll put after. Jenny McCarthy's still here. This is what we have going on over here. So I'm going to start working on the Super Nintendo right now. What I'm thinking is that I'm going to have to take off a bunch of these carts and make some room, especially for the CIB stuff, because we already have some CIB stuff over here. And you know what? People love their CIB stuff. So I'm going to find a way to make some room here, and I'll let you know what I'm able to come up with shortly. And this is what it looks like. So basically, Super Nintendo really packed, got all the new stuff in there, was able to put all of the CIB stuff kind of here. I also fit all the Genesis up there, a little flimsy, but that's okay. N64, got it in 1 and a bit row. Have some space here, not really sure what I'm going to do with it just yet. And this is what I was pulling from the shelves. So all these Super Nintendo here, a lot of them are doubles, a lot of them are games that I think I'm just going to really price down at the next outdoor sale. So already getting rid of 2 bins at the store, just unbelievable. Still have to find room for all of this. So all of these and all of these Have to somehow magically go here, and there's absolutely no space. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, look, I know what you're saying right now. I mean, maybe you're thinking it. I'm thinking it right now. When I did my big walkthrough of the collection, I totally forgot the Genesis, and that was totally by accident because I did like all the retro Nintendo, then I did the N64, and then I did the End. I totally missed the Genesis. So I just put it all on the shelves, and basically all of these carts right here are pretty much the carts that you saw there in the big picture, and then everything that's kind of up there as well. So Aladdin, Castle of Illusion, Lion King, Afterburner, Streets of Rage 2, and then we got Ghostbusters here, unfortunately missing the manual. But look, guys, that was totally by accident. Like, in all sincerity, I'm glad I corrected that mistake before rumors start to spread that I don't like Genesis, because I do. All right, guys, so I did a little rearranging behind the counter here. I was able to put Joe's games that he got last week, these really nice CIB Super Nintendo games. I mean, just beautiful stuff right there. And what I did was I pulled basically a row of the NES here, and I'm going to put all these games out on the shelves out there, just at the top over there, because, you know, we don't really have room for them back here, and that's what we have to do. We got to put the more expensive games. I mean, not Defender 2, that probably never should have been put behind the counter, but we'll put those over there. They should be okay. And I'm also going to put these two games over here with the other Super Nintendo right there in the middle. Just have to do the N64 and then I'll be done. And then I can finally get to the rest of the stuff over there and there. As for the Super Nintendo, I was able to fit all of it in here. I'd say about half the games that we had were doubles, and I had to throw some of the more expensive games out here. You know, unfortunately, there's just no room for them there, so I'm hoping they'll be okay here. I think they will be. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of people coming in to buy some Super Nintendo this week anyway, so hopefully if we're able to sell a few of these, we can put those games back over here. All right, guys, so it's roughly 2 hours later, and I finally have the rest of the collection up here on the shelves. Gonna get right to it. A lot of good stuff in here. So starting at the top, we've got the Kid Icarus boxed collection. We literally just got one of these in like a month ago. So pretty cool. Apparently it comes with a stand, so that's awesome. Also got this, the Metroid Samus Return Special Edition. Really, really cool to get those. And then just like looking at all these, 95% of them are sealed. The only game that's not is Persona Q2. So I just put new on everything. So like I said, this collector here, really meticulous, really loved his 3DS. Obviously loved it, but didn't open it. I don't know if he bought 2 copies of games and then kept other ones. Not really too sure here, but I mean, just a great assortment of games. I priced them at their new price, more or less, but our price includes the HST, so a lot of them are actually going to be a little bit cheaper than the going rate. Guys, like, we don't get sealed 3DS games that often, like once in a while for sure, but to get this many at once, this is pretty much incredible. Over here, we've got the Zelda Majora's Mask 3D Skull Kid collection. Little bit of damage here, obviously on the front, but the game is sealed and everything else is in really nice shape. Guitar Hero On Tour Decades. Got some CIB GBA games here. Got Mario Bros, Mario Luigi, Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2, Joshua, which is one of those Bible games. I priced this one way lower than it goes for because, you know, I'm not sure it's going to sell for the online price at all. And then Justice League. Actually, to be honest with you, we try to price a lot of our box GBA lower than going rates just because it's a little less desirable, even though it's awesome stuff. It's just not a big seller for us. And got a few DS games here as well. Moving on, we got ourselves a Neo Geo Pocket. We have not had a Neo Geo Pocket in ages, and it's in really nice shape, the box and everything. It did come with 2 games. So we've got Metal Slug First Mission and Sonic Pocket Adventure. We also got the Wonder Swan Color. This is the crystal black version. There's actually many different versions out there. And one of the prizes in the collection was this beautiful minty Game Boy original box. I mean, look at that. Like, that cover screams 80s. It is gorgeous. And it has all the contents. It has the foam, the little baggies. Everything is in there, and it's in excellent, excellent shape. Got these GBA games as well. The highlight here is the Double Dragon game, which goes for quite a lot. And it's quite, I mean, at least it's rare for us. We have not had this guy in a very long time. Got Mario Party Advance, Super Mario Advance, E.T., Rumble, and the Smash Pack. And I believe I forgot these over here. These are some Game Boy games, so Kirby's Dream Land, Wario Land 3, and the Jungle Book. We also got this GBA here. It's GBA SP. The name is slipping my mind right now. I want to say it's a Metroid, but I can't remember. Somebody can let me know in the comments. Got the Atomic Game Boy Color. And then these are actually Japanese Game Boy games. They came in these cute little boxes, and the games are in there. Pretty cool stuff, actually. Boxing. So this is the retro stuff we got here. So we got a Magnavox Odyssey 2 with some games, and a Lynx with some games. You'll probably notice that the Lynx is not here. And unfortunately, it's not working right now. We're going to try to get it to work. It's actually in mint condition, but it won't power on. So we're hoping we can fix that and put it out. It also comes with the box, which is pretty cool. Magnavox Odyssey 2. Got this Lynx pouch over here. These games came with the Magnavox Odyssey 2. You know, they're probably all Pong clones, but pretty cool to get them in the box. We've had loose Magnavox Odyssey 2 games before, but never in the box. And finally, we got these games here for the Lynx. This is the sun visor accessory and the battery pack accessory for the console that nobody wants. So guys, there you have it. There's all the portable stuff plus the, the Odyssey there. Wow. So I need to find room for this. I've already kind of pulled the Wii U that used to be here. I think I'm going to put the sealed 3DS games there because they're pretty small and you'll need to be able to see the titles. And then these Wii U games, I'm going to magically somehow fit there. Yeah, so we shall see. Good luck to me. All right, I'm getting like bags under my eyes. It's getting late. Still got a lot to do. I hope you're enjoying this vlog. This vlog is basically all about me putting the collection in the store by myself. You know, Joe and I actually used to do this together when we got these collections, and we'd like bring a few tables and, stack it all up and it would look super cool. But, you know, it is what it is. We can't both get out at the same time anymore. We're still rocking it, still getting the games to the store. I'm actually quite proud of us because we got this collection, like I said, a week ago. Half of it went in 5 days later, and the other half is going in like the next Sunday. So, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of Joe. I'm proud of us. I hope you're proud of us because we're working to get this in the store as quickly as possible. So, gonna keep at it. Updates coming soon. All right, guys, I'm pretty much done. Gonna show you what I did. Turning around the camera, let's go. All right, so here's the 3DS. I put all the new games here. They're pretty much all new games except for, I think, 1 or 2 of the collector's editions over here. No big deal. Soul Silver hanging out at the end there. So those took over the Wii U that used to be in there. And Steph actually did a really good job last week putting in all the games. Like, he moved some stuff around. This was a really good idea, putting the PS1 up here. Good job, Steph. Joe said that he had him putting all the stuff away last week that he was pricing, just to get it out on the floor as soon as possible. And yeah, Steph did a really good job. So our cabinet here is looking really good. Still need to get some hinges for the bottom there. I know. Anyway, so there, PS3, why not? So all of those are there. I was able to put the rest of the games kind of in there. Displayed these puppies right there. And then moving on to the top here, I threw the Odyssey up there. We got the Neo Geo X Gold last week as well. That was also part of the collection. Then just kind of moved a few items around. There's the Scorpion Zapper gun. I put the Wonder Swan and the Neo Geo Pocket Color up there in the corner. I didn't know where else to put them. Same deal with the Game Boy. Just kind of put it in front of that big box there. So definitely not ideal, but it is what it is. And got the Wii U right there. So it all sort of worked out. I put the Lynx and Odyssey stuff down here. I actually moved some of the Game Boy boxes over there to that empty space. And it kind of makes sense. I mean, the manuals are here. They're closer to the actual consoles, although the NES isn't. I might move that eventually, but That's there. If you come to the store, just grab that bin, put it up on the counter. So much easier to look at the manuals. And speaking of manuals, I also have all of these to put in. So got some, posters and a lot of Super Nintendo and a couple of N64. These always sell right away. So gonna put those in the bins as well. I'll put these bigger ones down there with the magazines. Also got in a bunch of dust covers for the NES. So gonna keep going at it, and I'll give you one more update before I leave. Last but not least, we actually got in a Panasonic 3DO. Haven't had one of these in a while, so really happy to get this one in. Works great, and actually comes with, the controller, cables, and it had a burnt copy of Super Street Fighter Turbo 2. I mean, typically I throw that out, but I'll just give it to the person who purchases the console. So that kind of will go up on our shelf like that. And then we got the white PS2 Slim. I believe this came with the SingStar games, if I'm not mistaken. So you don't see it that often. Also comes with the also comes with the matching controller. So yeah, 2 more consoles to add to our console shelf. All right, everyone. Final look at the store before I leave. Everything is put back. Everything is away. Store is looking great. I succeeded. I'm very proud of myself. Was able to find room for everything. Ended up putting the Lynx pouch up there. A lot of NES CIB up there. NES section's looking pretty good. And then everything else over here, it all squeezed in. Pretty happy. I'll be honest with you, I'm not always a fan of doing stuff like this where we have half a row dedicated to one thing and another thing. But we have to find room for the stuff in the store. And man, I'm pretty happy. We found room today, or I found room. A lot of YouTubers do that. They're like, we, and it's like, no, it's you. I don't know if it's a pet peeve of mine or not when people are like, yeah, they're always like, we did it, we. Especially people that are going for like sets or like collections. They're like, yeah, we added 5 to the set, and I'm like, we or you, like who's the we? I don't know. That's like a bit of a pet peeve of mine when people, use the wrong pronoun. When you're saying we, that means like a group of people, but typically when you're a collector, you're collecting for yourself. At least I did when I was back in my heyday of collecting. Anyway, that's a total pet peeve, but yeah, there's the store. Looking good, looking great. Guys, I am done. Hope you enjoyed this vlog. I know it was totally different than the other ones, but I wanted to show you guys me putting this stuff in. The entire process took about 4 hours to do. So I will be posting pictures later in the week, although of course by the time this video is posted, doesn't matter because you will have seen everything. But guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate the likes and the subscribes. We appreciate it.
Whoa, what's going on, guys? What's going on, everyone? What's going on, everybody? Dave here at the store on a Tuesday night, exactly 1 week